All right, Brave Nation, this historic night, we have our co-main event of the evening. Let's welcome our next warriors into the Brave CF 48 Arabian Night Cage. Out of the blue corner, representing Family Fight Team and fighting out of Serbia, give it up for Nemanja Sledgehammer Kovač!
Any nicknames in MMA and you kind of wonder how they got them, but Phil, this man really lives up to it. 9 of his 13 wins are by finish, all by knockout. Power, power, power.
Currently riding a 6-fight win streak. This man has 5 of 9 finishes in the very first round, has never been submitted, is a training partner of Brave alum Miro Djurkovic, trains with some seriously scary guys, say like guys like Miro, guys like Nemanja, just seriously scary guys who have the kind of wars in the gym that don't compare to any kind of fight you're going to have. This is a real toe-to-toe, stand and bang kind of fighter. Loves big looping overhand shots as much as we love watching them.
And we see the intent as he comes towards the Brave cage. His last fight was in November of 2020. A crazy fight. Fought a guy called Ivan Vladimir. Vladimir looked at least 2 weight classes heavier than him. Vladimir was wearing boxing boots in an MMA fight, was still throwing kicks, it was just, the whole thing was ridiculous, but Vladimir obviously felt like he was going to be able to impose himself. Now, what this man did, what Kovač did, wasn't just take everything that Vladimir could throw. He took it in a way that broke his opponent mentally. He was throwing everything at him. He tried submission after submission, took him down, and still Kovač was there, still in his face. That opened up the finish. He dropped him with a leg kick, and then his opponent just said, that's enough. That is what this man can do, intimidate you to quit.
And let's welcome his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, representing American top team Zagreb, and fighting out of Lebanon. Please welcome Ahmed the Shadow Labban!
And here he comes from American top team Zagreb in Croatia, Ahmed Labban. What a stunning fighter this man is. His style is spectacular. He has that karate style, the footwork, the movement of Machida-esque, Wonderboy Tom says, but what he does differently is he doesn't stand up and look to counter-strike. He wants to hit you first, and that has opened up 9 victories all by way of finish, Phil. What a matchmaker's dream. Put him against anyone, you know you have a box office fight.
Yeah, this is matchmaking at its finest. As you said, 9 wins in his professional career, every single one of them coming by way of finish. 7 by KO or TKO, 2 by submission. Let's talk about the striking credentials of this man. An 8-time Lebanese kickboxing champion, a former national boxing champion, a former national Muay Thai champion, a 3-time world kickboxing champion with over 40 professional kickboxing bouts. This guy is violence personified. And as you say, if you're going to have someone like Ahmed the Shadow Labban in the cage, who better to have as his foil than Nemanja Kovač?
Wow. I am set and ready. You've tantalized me for this bout, even more excited than I was when I was watching these fights back. And for me, Labban was one of these fighters that I just ate up his fights. Every single one of them, win or lose, it's action-packed, and he can finish it at any moment. Ask the likes of Magomed Sultanov. Now, that's a name which oozes wrestling, right? He steps in there against Labban. Labban puts him on the back foot with his spectacular striking, throws a spinning back fist which almost puts out Magomed Sultan, but then he follows it up with a devastating leaping right hook, finishes him within 2 minutes. We are set, we are ready. Let's hand it to Carlos Kramer.
All right, Brave Nation, this next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in a super lightweight co-main event of the evening for Brave 48 Arabian Night. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 13 wins and 3 losses. He stands 180 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 74.9 kilograms. Representing Family Fight Team and fighting out of Serbia, please welcome Nemanja Sledgehammer Kovač. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 9 wins and 4 losses. He stands 177 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 75.1 kilograms. Representing American Top Team Zagreb and fighting out of Lebanon, please welcome Ahmed the Shadow Labban. For referee instructions, the Bandit, Decky Larkin.
Thanks to Sabarco Car Group, our gold sponsor.
Nemanja Kovač with a slight height advantage. 26 years of age as well, taking on Ahmed the Shadow Labban.
I am buzzing for this fight, gentlemen.
Kovač in the blue corner, Labban in the red.
I don't see many a backward step being taken in this fight. The better movement, yes, will be implemented by Ahmed Labban, but the forward motion, the bite down on your gum shield and throw hands type of fighter is Nemanja Kovač.
And between them, they have put 18 humans to sleep. Look at the stalking style of Kovač, the complete opposite of the movement, the footwork, the athleticism of Labban. But I think the key to this fight, will be accuracy. Who can connect? Big shot!
Huge uppercut!
Uppercut turned it around.
There was some pressure coming from the clinch. It looked like Kovač was in trouble, but you saw the power. Lifted him off the feet with a dirty uppercut coming up the middle. A smile from Labban on the bottom, probably wondering how he got there.
That was a big old dirty cartoon wallop of an uppercut.
And this is what makes Kovač such an exciting prospect fighter, because he is just so tough. He can take such an amount of damage, but if he touches you once, that is it.
That little exchange perfectly illustrates how perfect this fight is. It can turn around literally in a split second. These used to be illegal. These heel strikes you're seeing, they are now legal under the unified rules of mixed martial arts. They don't tend to end fights, but they certainly can rack things up a little bit on the judges' scorecards, and those heels to the hips do hurt.
Now, listen, I know there is some action going on, but I, for one, would like them to stand it up. That on the, as far as the first exchanges, were just...
Do you reckon if we make enough noise about it, Deg, you'll stand them up?
I think so. I think so. Almost 1 minute 50 seconds into this fight. 3 minutes 10 of the first round.
Miro doing a good job of squaring off the hips anytime he feels Labban try and open them up a little bit.
Still using those little heel strikes to the kidneys. Kovač digging to the midsection. Body, head.
Nemanja purposefully keeping his opponent off of that fence because the fence does aid in a stand-up.
Miro Djurkovic in the corner of Nemanja Kovač, being very much the more pronounced corner man.
And asked answered. Decky Larkin stands the fighters up. Crowd goes wild.
And straight away Labban moves back in.
That's
winging
a good
shots.
shot. But again, as we've seen, Kovač only needs one shot.
Labban stepping in with the uppercut this time, looking to pay back. That closed, stalking, almost Tyson-esque, walking forward guard of Kovač.
More than happy to take a punch there, to land his own.
Those leg kicks as
Look
well.
at the swelling already on the outside leg of Kovač.
Ahmed switching up the angles of attack now, going low, going straight in, and then looping him like that right hand followed up by the 3 that you just saw! And down the middle.
That knee connected on the beard of Kovač.
But you wouldn't know. That's just the type of fighter Kovač is. He is giving absolutely nothing away.
If Kovač wants to injure your knee, sticks that chin out there and invites it to come in.
Nice straight jab there. Oh, replied. Look
Nice
at this.
1-2.
Just solid boxing from Kovač.
Yeah, it's nothing spectacular in the way that Labban can throw sort of flashier strikes, but it is so powerful.
And again, leaping forward. He's got to set them up now. Oh, shin to shin. That is nasty.
I'm surprised no one got opened up with that. Labban a little bit more ginger on that front foot.
At the minute, they're both having a bit of a macho contest as far as strike for strike, but those leg kicks are certainly playing a toll. Just look at the welts, as you said, Phil. Oh, one
nice,
back.
Nice inside leg kick. Again, that front leg maybe a little bit compromised of Labban.
Action-packed, Kirik.
It is indeed, and what's impressing me the very most about Labban is he started off being a little bit predictable, and now I have no idea what he's going to do next. His opponent doesn't. I don't believe he even knows what he's going to throw next. It's just going to be coming from some different angle at some different height.
Oh, peppering the jab. Ooh.
Definitely the head kick thrown. It's definitely the accumulation of strikes that is mounting up for Labban, but again, Nemanja Kovač does have that X factor of that one big shot.
Oof, what a first round between these two. Deep breaths from Labban as he goes back. Kovač, though, was under pressure. Looked like he was hurt, and it was while in that clinch. I mean, we might see it here. Talk us through it, Phil.
And if we see just the pressure being put on relentlessly by Labban, then all of a sudden, here it comes, wallop! Right off his feet.
I think there is no better sound effect. Let's see it from this angle. Oh, on the chin, on the point of the chin.
Literally needed 1966 Batman style. Pow!
Action-packed first round between these two. We expected nothing less. It really has been a fight we've been anticipating that is living up to the billing. Kirik, what are you saying to Labban right now?
What I'm seeing right now is a fighter who's not exuding complete confidence. He was shaking his head as he walked back. There's something he's doing that he's not liking. I would rinse my fighter's mouthpiece off, let him take a sip of water, and I'd listen to him and try and deal with it. This is not a fighter who's completely happy with himself, but I got to say I am completely happy with both of these fighters in this fight.
And we set for round number 2. Kovač in the blue corner. Labban in the red. Me, Brian Lacey, alongside Phil Campbell and Kirik Jenis calling the action here at Brave 48 Arabian Night. This is our co-main event, and the leg kicks are just, I'm going to say, horrible, Phil.
Setting them up nicely with the jab. He landed 3 or 4 real tight, stiff jabs and then followed up with a real whipping in leg kick.
And it's hard to call it a tangible weapon, but the demeanor, the intensity that Kovač brings just by being able to take your best shots, Kirik. It's a strange thing, but you see fighters, in his last fight against Ivan Vladimir, we saw him wilt under the fact that whatever he threw, Kovač can just eat.
I suspect Labban may have injured his foot on a knee or possibly on the upper part of that shin.
I think it was the shin-on-shin connection in the
Yeah,
first round,
I was going
gentlemen.
to say the back foot, the right foot. There's some bruising on the top of that. You can see it on the bridge. Oh, yeah, there's something up. His footwork is not as trusted. Yeah, you can see that. You can see the swelling on that right foot.
Something's not right with his foot, and he's paying a very heavy price for it right now. Whoa!
Oh, he's opened him up, though. There's a cut. There's a big cut.
Oh, he's swarming him, completely swarming him now.
Oh, strike after strike coming in, a big knee. There's a big cut down there. You can see it across that right eye.
But
And what does Kovač do? Put the hands up and march forward.
Serbian chins are made of something very different, gentlemen, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Just nice shots in the clinch.
Oh, and takes him down.
That was one of the most disdainful takedowns I've seen in my life. That was, get away from me now so I can punch you in the face.
And now you might see that right leg when the foot is there. You see the swelling on the top of the foot there? Oh,
beautiful.
Fantastic. What terrific technique. Wall walk into a reversal. Back to standing. Limp leg out.
And the red mask of Kovač is nodding, inching its way forward. That is a big cut.
We could be talking about a broken foot here, guys.
I think whatever you hit Kovač with breaks. Becky Larkin taking a good look at that cut now.
Phil, I do believe that foot is broken.
Yeah, that's swelling, rising. It's just compromising his movement. And movement is one, if not the key part of his game.
Yeah, Brian.
He's got a widespread game, though. The Shadow has a deep, deep arsenal he can call on here.
Oh, a knee to the body now. Kovač pressuring. Or is he going to drop for this?
Does have 2 wins by submission in his professional career.
Lets that go. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left in this second round. Oh, short shots.
That's why some people don't favor the single leg. It takes 2 hands on that one leg. Woo! Leaves 2 hands for your opponent to pop you in the face. That's what we saw right there.
Oh, a nice stiff jab from Kovač there. Pushes back the head of Labban.
There was almost Labban taking a step back there as if to say, what else do I have to do to Nemanja Kovač?
Yeah. More knees coming up the middle. Oh, he's looking in a
Kovač is fading.
This is it, the pressure, knee after knee. Oh, that one's
that was
clean through.
Man.
Somehow he's still standing.
Kovač is the definition of a fighter's fighter. What is in the water at Family Fight Team Novi Sad, Serbia? If you could bottle that, sell it, you would be a millionaire.
Kovac's hands are low. This is not the same fighter we saw 3 minutes ago. He's got to get himself together and get those hands a little higher, or his head's going to be turned into a speedball. There we go. He pulled them up. Now they're down again, and they're up.
Labban's now crossing his feet now, which tells me that his rear foot is compromised. As opposed to moving laterally, he's crossing his feet.
Yeah, look at that. Very different look from both fighters, understandably so. They've both put each other through the mire.
Gentlemen, this is a heroic performance we're honored to see here.
I said in the intro I was excited for Brave Nation to witness this. This is a matchup I couldn't see it going any other way, but back and forth, bloody war between these two.
These 2 men are taking the full measure of each other in front of our eyes.
Oh, stiff jab again, but Kovač with the takedown attempt.
10 seconds left and our cuts people will have some work to do. Again, more knees coming through. Pressure. A little look up at the clock there for Labban. Woof. Wow.
Now, what's going to be interesting now is Labban's going to be off that foot for a full minute.
Yeah.
So that's going to leave it time to swell further. When he puts the pressure back on that foot, it's going to be further compromised.
Well, let's talk about some of the action here. This was the clean face of Kovač, but
it is literally just strike for strike for strike. Like that's a clean head. That's shin on dome.
And the knees, if we get a look at the combination of knees, there's a multitude which connects cleanly. There we go. That's not the set that I was looking at. But the output, the pressure, the endurance of these two, Kirik, is unreal.
Gentlemen, this is a very rare fight. I feel privileged beyond description to be standing here and sitting here, standing here, up, down, and watching this live. You don't see fights like this very often. Brave Nation, appreciate it.
And great job there by Jess Isaacson, stopping the bleeding there, and a huge gash over the right eye there of Kovač.
Lads, I say throw technique out the window, just meet in the middle, foots together, just...
And you're right, the footwork compromised indeed. What does that do to the power shots of Labban, not just the movement?
It means he's not able to sit down on his foot, or sit down on his shots, and he's not able to bring his shots from those awkward angles because his movement is compromised.
The other thing you can see as well is when he throws those, and he is throwing winging shots, it leaves him off balance, and that means you're not controlling your upper body movement. You could be open to one of those big shots from Kovač.
And being off balance is not indicative of the game of Ahmed Labban, which tells us how further compromised he is.
The reason he's throwing those wide shots is because when you can no longer put your hips behind a shot properly, you have to substitute distance for hips. But when you do that, your opponent can see him coming and can't take advantage.
And you can hear the corner of Labban. They want movement. They want him on his bike. They don't want this. Oh, straight kick. Front kick straight to the chops there of Kovač. Still, he is standing.
Very few people in MMA take a shot like Nemanja Kovač.
Thank God.
And it is, durability is not something you want to lean on, but it certainly is a huge asset.
Yeah, we're talking about it like it's the only thing he has.
Yeah,
that's a discredit to Nemanja Kovač. He's a fantastic striker who lands heavy shots. It just so happens he has a granite chin as well.
Oh,
that's a big shot.
Looking to chase down Labban. Labban circling out once more.
I think he potentially smells a little bit of blood in the water.
3 minutes, 15 seconds.
It's nice to see Labban. The hands are a little bit lower, but he's moving his head laterally just a little. He's protecting himself as he's able right now.
Oh, and again, that teep coming through. Let's see if he sends that upstairs again.
Big deep breath from Nemanja Kovač.
Oh, dig to the... That hurt him. That liver shot hurt him.
Yeah. Oh, and then a head kick.
We've talked about how good he can take a shot to the chin. The liver is something
you have no control over.
No control over, and that was a beautifully picked weapon. And I wonder if Labban knows just how badly he hurt Kovač there. You saw the elbow come down instantly after it had connected.
You see just how laboured the movement has become, just how impeded the movement of Ahmed Labban has become.
And Kirik, in the midst of this battle and this war for Labban still to be picking that range of shots, it shows how high his fight IQ is as well.
It does, but what we're watching here is superhuman heart. To see a man move like that, to set down on shots with what's clearly to my eye I'm not an doctor, but that's a broken ankle. To see him do that, it leaves me truly in awe. And I am in awe of Kovac's forward movement, of his integrity, of his tenacity.
Oh,
leg gave out.
Still.
Oh, he's really starting to feel that foot, isn't he?
You see the top of the foot, the swelling is growing and growing. He hasn't thrown it for a while either.
If you get into the clinch, maybe a cheeky little foot stomp could be something you could have.
Absolutely, against the cage, if he can keep him there. The problem is the shadow is living up to his name. It's very hard to pin down and get his back against that cage. 1 minute 20 seconds. Can we extend the clock any? Can we do that? This is such a battle.
The corner of Labban are asking for movement. It's a little bit easier said than done when you're in the crux of a broken foot.
Without a doubt.
Kovac's corners want his hands out, but it's a little bit easier said than done when you haven't fought your heart out like this for almost 3 full rounds. Huge shot.
Still standing is Serbia's Sledgehammer Kovač. I am questioning all I know about human anatomy right here, right now, beside this battle at the Brave cage. 35 seconds left.
Oh, that foot is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
But he's still pumping out the jab. He's still connecting. He is the one with the cleaner work, despite the issue with his foot.
The corner's telling Labban to move, despite the broken foot, because if he stops moving, he could get knocked out. And it's still sound advice. Woo!
And I think he didn't realize how badly he had his opponent hurt to the body there. Would have liked to see him work more, but now we are going to see it finishing in the center of the cage.
Oy, hits him with a leg head kick. Finishing strong as a shadow.
Wow.
What a fight.
An honor to watch that fight.
Yeah, absolutely. That deserves a standing round of applause. Everybody
Genuinely
here has witnessed
outstanding fight.
something special tonight here in our co-main event.
Huge thanks to Sheikh Khalid and Muhammad Shahid for the honor of getting to call that fight.
Where do you even begin with the replays, gentlemen?
Oh, this might be the easiest night's work for the replay guy in the truck because there's so much to pick from.
Choose any 5 seconds at random.
Just
put it up there on the social network, and you'll get a highlight reel that everybody wants to see.
See that beautiful body shot you were talking about, Brian Lacey, and it did cause damage.
And I don't think he understood quite how badly it was. He took so many shots to the head, but the only time that poker face dropped was that shot to the liver. But my goodness, the adrenaline pumping through my body right now after witnessing, like you called it, superhuman strength.
And gentlemen, there's so many times in mixed martial arts when on paper a fight looks perfect and it's not. And on paper the fight looks and it's incredible. This one was perfect on paper and perfect in execution.
So many moments to pick from. And again, let's look. Kovač surviving those heavy shots, a huge cut over his right eye. The foot, the compromised foot early on through the, I think it was when they clashed legs, throwing kicks at each other, but he fought for another 2.5 rounds with that stunning stuff.
My sole regret here is that I cannot declare both these men winners because in my heart, in my soul, we are looking at 2 winners.
So let's find out who takes it. Let's hand it to the man in the middle, Mr. Carlos Kramer.
All right, Brave Nation, what an incredible co-main event at Brave CF 48 Arabian Night. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision from Lebanon, Ahmed the Shadow Labban.
The Shadow Ahmed Labban takes the victory in a fight which will go down in Brave history. Unbelievable stuff from both athletes. And we don't just have somebody who's got skill, technique, somebody who can go into the heart of the water. You have a real personality on our hands now in this Brave super lightweight division.
Potential superstar in the making, as you say. He marries what he does in the cage with who he is outside of it, and that's a recipe for superstardom.
And we often talk about what you can train. He's got so many skills, Kirik, but the stuff you can't train is that heart, is that tenacity, is the will that will not be broken when facing somebody like Kovač. And Labban, again, showed us that tonight alongside all the other traits he has.
And Brian, might I add love? This is clearly a man who loves to fight. He's innovative. He's exciting. He's tough beyond my ability to describe. And he's doing exactly what he loves right here in front of us.
And let's also take that moment to give huge props to Nemanja Kovač. What a spirit he has, what a chin he has got, and what a dangerous opponent he is for any of the super lightweights. There's no putting this man out of there. If he can take all of that, I do not know. It would take a sledgehammer, I think, to put him down.
Not by me. I had a sledgehammer against him. I'd use my feet and run straight away.
Here we see some of that work. These knees, those connections, the front kick. Oh, the combinations. And this, Kirik, is with a broken foot as well. Pushing forward. Such a stunning set of combinations. The liver shot there, shutting his body down, but still he survives. Wow. Like you said, every 5 seconds of that fight would be a highlight reel. Pushing forward. Croatia's Labban by way of Lebanon. Let's give him his moment. Let's hand him to our man, Mr. Phil Campbell.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here I am with the winner of the co-main event, Ahmed the Shadow Labban, who just put in a career-defining performance. How are you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling very well. I didn't expect it will go this way. I thought it's gonna be knockout first or second round, but oh my God, that Nemanja showed me a really lion heart. He took a lot of punches, knees, a lot of knees. He had a big cut on his forehead, and after that I started to punch him very hard on that cut to widen it more, and he didn't stop. And then the third round I was tired. I was just thinking just to punch and survive until this fight will end, because he's really lion, and he really shocked me, and I would like to thank him so much because of that spirit he has.
When we saw this fight being announced, I think everyone who's a fan of MMA knew that this was going to be an out-and-out war, and you certainly delivered. I wanted to ask you, was your foot compromised at any stage? Because we saw your foot begin to swell throughout the course of the fight, and I think it impacted your movement a little bit. How is your foot?
Yeah, I felt that maybe in the second or the third round. I throw a significant hard roundhouse kick. I felt it came on his elbow.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I just continued fighting, because my adrenaline was very high, and I'm so like, I want to fight him. I want to knock him out. Sorry, I'm very tired. That's why I'm talking slowly.
No problem.
Yes. Oh my God, what a fantastic 3 round. I never fought somebody and won over him without finishing him by knockout or submission. But I really tried to finish him in the first round, but he didn't get KO. So I was thinking, because my coach Dražen told me to lower my power punches, because he told me you are winning, so just punch and survive. That's why I listened to him, and I advise everyone to always just listen to his coach, as he's from the third eye, from the outside. He can see something we can't see, even if we are very experienced fighters.
And how frustrating was it for you after that first round, going back to your corner, having landed so many huge punches, so many huge kicks, and Nemanja was still standing?
Yeah, it was very tough. But I never thought to quit any fight. I always keep moving forward until the last breath. I usually fight over my limit, but now I fought to my limit this time.
Now, looking to the future, you obviously need a little bit of time to rehab your injuries. Is there a particular fighter that you would like to get in there in the briefcase with?
I don't know. I just have my leg a little bit swollen. It needs like 2 or 3 weeks maximum, and I can go back to training. I can train now, but not heavy. But it's gonna take like 2 or 3 weeks until it gets recovered, so I can get back to the cage. And I'm ready. I'm ready for Brave. Thank you for Brave.
And finally, is there anything you would like to say to the people back home supporting and watching you?
Yeah, I have a lot of thanks for a lot of people. First, my God, that He gave me my power and energy to fight and compete and to step in this cage. And of course, my family, who always supported me, and Mr. Dražen for the American top team where I train in Zagreb, Croatia. And I would like to thank also the country, Croatia, I put it here, for inviting me, hosting me always to their country to train. I would like to say hvala Croatia, and I would like to thank my sponsor Abdulbai for sponsoring me. And by the way, I had a new kickboxing. I teach in kickboxing on YouTube, so if you can subscribe my channel, Ahmed Labban, and you will start learning how to first to kickbox. Then we continue to teach some MMA techniques in this channel, and I will post every 3 weeks and every 3 days. I'm very sorry. I'm a little confused. Yeah, and I would like to thank the Lebanese people. We are suffering in Lebanon. بحبولة. I would like to say it in Arabic. كثير عم نتعب بلبنان. كرمال هول الزعماء ياخذوا لنا كل مصرياتنا. هول النصابين من كبيرهم لصغيرهم. نحن عم نضل قاتل فوق كل الظروف وبدنا نوصل. بدنا نخلص من هالزعماء ولبنان رح يرجع. Thank you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Not just